She's gonna be my guest host. I'm interviewing DJ
okay.
Scott.
Okay. Okay, pull the mic up to your mouth.
Pop, 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 pop. Check, check, check.
So turn her down.
How they working here, the new setup? Yeah. I remember being on the other one that came to the.
Oh, the back one. Right.
Like I do guess I have a lot more plates for quick eats, quick phone and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That helps out.
we do shows and stuff. Hey, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 15 minutes. See, Kitty, if you sit like this
Mm-hmm.
and you look like this, you can see. But if you turn your back like this, it doesn't look good.
Okay, well, I can move it over here.
Go. Either way, just so you can be seen too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good.
Okay, I just gotta push it back.
You guys need a laptop holder to stand? I'm gonna use
Oh, it's
this.
got a laptop holder.
Yeah, if we could put this just so we could get everybody
But
in.
I think
Yeah,
you're
that
good
might
right
be a
there.
little safer than just dropping.
Okay, keep good.
Good?
Okay. Can you bring the mic to your mouth?
Sure can. Ready headphones now?
No. Up to you. Say something.
Hi, how
You like how that works? Does it
Yeah, I
rotate
don't really
well?
use it. Yeah, it does, but I don't really use it. I just use it to,
Okay.
To hold it.
yeah.
Heavy breathing is not allowed.
Oh, man.
Smacking, chewing, moving cans,
There
not
goes
allowed.
everything for me.
Scratching,
There goes everything.
not allowed. Because all that, it's very loud in the headphones and it's terrible when you're recording. I can't get there. So, whatever you no fan, it's gonna be hot. So I'm just
Get used to it.
Yeah, that's why we only do 15 minutes, because anything longer, you won't start sweating. Yeah,
It's a big fan. Only fan.
okay.
It is the only fan.
And you got the only fan.
Is there a trash out here somewhere?
Oh,
Might be
I'm
like
sure if you go look outside, you'll find plenty.
Go to the bathroom, go to the left.
To the left.
That's the left, yeah.
Okay. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna put headphones on.
So you can hear
Okay.
your voice and make sure that you're not over loud.
Hello. Oh. Hello, this is Kitty. Too much. Hello.
Just turn your voice. Talk your regular loud voice.
Hi, this is Kitty. Doing her sex talk segment. Too many quickie.
Let's go. Hot mic. So look, do both of them. You do him first. Stop. Give it a little bit of break. Do him, and then I'll cut it in the mix.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so that you don't have to stop it and whatever. So that's 30 minutes.
Okay, sir.
15 for him, 15 for him. When I come and do the hand like that, that means stop. All right. Say something.
We're live. Hello, we are live. Woo!
All your cameras live?
Woo!
Okay, we're going. Hi.
Hi, this is Kitty at the Caliente Girls at Dash Radio Studios in Hollywood. Hooray!
Hey.
I have a room full here today, and I'm so happy because, group chat. No, really, today I have the wonderful DJ Spot.
Hey.
Been in the industry for 22 years, so we're going to pick his brain, learn all about him, and then on top of that, we have MWhy.
What up?
Why? Because we love you.
Just because.
Just because. And then today I'm so honored. I have this special, wonderful, gorgeous, absolutely fabulous Samantha Mack, a Canadian host, and she's here to teach us and critique us and make sure we're on cue, because if not. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited that they threw us all together. It just makes it a little more exciting. And then we're live on YouTube.
Hey.
And then, of course, we're live on the Instagram at Call Kitty. So, hey, so let's start with DJ Spot.
Hey.
So, what brings you here, DJ?
Well, thank you for having me. First and foremost.
Put you on the spot?
Yes. No, just out here promoting some of my events coming up for up and coming artists as well.
Yes.
I'm sure
That's why I brought you here.
we've been,
Yes.
it's almost our first anniversary from our first show that our first festival from last year's that you were part of.
Yes, Dragonian.
Yes.
And, you know, I like to say that I was very honored to be included in that event and also to help promote it. I was very excited. I had my little vending table, rolling blunts,
Right.
you know, right there on the spot. But what really made me really resonate with this whole, and then we get to have all the artists that I was promoting, the up-and-coming artists, and was the fact that you asked me to perform my little sex talk segment, my 2-minute quickies. And I thought, what? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe you should just play my segments. I got really nervous, but then last moment, I found the courage and I grabbed my ovaries and went on stage.
Yes. Yeah, it was kind of something new that we were trying to bring to Dragonia. It was more of an adult and give it that adult flavor before we get all the needy and greedy artists to go out up on stage and perform.
Thank you.
But thank you for giving us that 2-minute quickie.
I know. It was actually kind of funny. I didn't know how I did, but my girlfriends that were supporting me, they're like, "Oh my God, you did it!" And the next comedian came up and kind of like was doing a little burn on me. I didn't even care. I was so high that I was like on excitement that I was up there and I got to do it. You know, like I did. I didn't fall. I didn't say, you know, whatever, and talked about my stuff. But it's funny because that comedian, I don't remember who he was. I later saw him at a rave festival, a weekend rave festival, and then we went on the VIP. And he saw me. He looked at me like, "Oh, you again?" I'm like, I'm in my VIP. Where are you?
And you brought some of your photographers working with one of the artists.
Yeah, Billy with Rehab Media.
Right, he was able to work with our
Esther.
headliner. Right.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. She is a remarkable artist. Between her violin with all kinds of music. I think she even did like an EDM, like house type dubstep music.
Yeah,
she's phenomenal.
There's a lot of things happened after that festival. A lot of artists that they saw it throughout that event, and now they're collaborating. They're doing their own music together. Vendors are having their own stores now. So it opened doors for other people to say, you know, thank you for giving us opportunity for either you know, give us a first time being on stage and give us that dream.
Yes.
To do it. No, so now we're bringing that same concept again for this year.
Nice.
So we're having Dragonia for this year. It's landing on October 15th.
Okay.
And we're have it in the City of Commerce.
Okay, is it the same location as last year?
Yes.
Wonderful.
And this time we're bringing more than what we did the first one. So we're bringing people with snakes, lowriders, bull. We're gonna have a mechanical bull. We're
What?
I have a question.
Yes.
Samantha?
I'm not from here, but I think we need to rewind and explain what Dragonia is.
Right.
Because I just heard riding bulls, snakes, and lowriders. And those are three things I would never put in the same sentence.
Yes. So it all started with working throughout all these small events, up and coming artists weren't getting so much airplay. When we had, as DJs, you could feel in on this too. It's pretty hard to have all these venues, DJs, and artists. So they was like, okay, I have all these up and coming artists. What do I do? I put them in the first in one of our first stages in a nearby venue. Then from one artist, it became two artists. Then 15 minutes, then 30 minutes, then 1 hour. I'm like, wow, I have all these artists now.
Right?
So then all these other places. So then we're like, okay, let's put them all together in one festival. So so that's when that one Dragon is. So it all, the name Dragon is pretty much towards of a dragon. So all these artists that we have on stage are spitting fire. And all
like
these
that.
things. So,
It was
these-
wonderful.
so they all have something. Some have underground. They're all from different places. Some are from Mexico. Some from Guatemala.
Reggaeton.
Some are reggaeton. Some are pop. Some are female. Some are the new generation. Some are the
Yeah.
old generation. Some are old and new. So it's about 40 artists. It grew and it grew. So I think we're about almost 60 artists.
So this is like a celebration of the
Yes.
underdog, like
Pretty
people
much.
who aren't known yet.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But they're spitting fire, as you say.
Exactly. It's
They're
like the
wild,
Royal
they're
Rumble.
amazing.
Like the Royal Rumble. Because I still have, me and my buddy still have, shout out to De Leon. We do our events called Next Up once a month where these artists, we put, not all these
Kind of like an
artists,
open mic.
but yeah, so we'll do maybe 9, 10 artists at most.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll put them in. So I guess you could say that Dragonia will be the Royal Rumble for that event.
Hey, I like that. I like that. Okay, this sounds
That's
exciting.
what it is.
I was lost for the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I usually am, so thank you. Like I said, our professional.
No, that sounds wild. That sounds fun.
And
And like, so
it's
you could take like a date night too. You could take.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
you're
so
doing
we're
it
starting.
with you?
Yeah, we're starting.
Pick
We're
up a
starting from the
date.
2 in the morning. 2 in the morning.
You started in the morning.
And
It's
we'll
an
be opening up
after,
during the
after.
afternoon. Yeah, towards the afternoon, we'll be working through the day club, and then towards all the way to like about 2 in the morning. So we're from 2 to 2,
Wow.
all throughout the whole day of the event.
Well, if you have 60,
So
you're gonna
events.
need it.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do different rooms as well, like
Right.
some of the raves do,
We're-
like Catch One does?
We're
They
also
have different
including
rooms.
this fashion thing, so I'm trying to maybe do a model, like we go one away, so maybe do an hour of modeling. So we're trying to bring a little bit of everything this
Wow, you're going big.
So are
Big
you
event.
like the creator of this event, or you?
year. One of them.
Awesome.
My business partner couldn't make it in today, so. But
I'm
two of us.
sure there's people listening who want to be involved. You said models, and I bet there's a
Right,
bunch of
right.
hot chicks listening right now
Yes.
who are like, "Yo, how can I wear
Everyone up and coming
something
artists
sexy
too.
in
Exactly.
front of you?" Who do they have to contact to get
So you
involved?
could always contact us directly at AMP Events LA, the Instagram. If not, just at ampevents@gmail.com directly.
That's
That's
A as in
AMP
AMP.
Events LA.
Like AMP?
AMP
Okay.
Events
Awesome
LA.
music people.
So
Yeah.
up and coming artists, models, it could be producers, DJs,
Lowriders, snakes.
lowriders, snakes.
Riding bulls.
You have mechanical bulls. You have a porta potty out there. You want to be a vendor. You have sex.
My sex talk segment?
You could be there. You're a butt vendor. You could be a vendor. You could be there too. You have your merchandise. You could be there too. You sell toilet paper. You could be there too.
Next to the board parties.
Everything. Everything.
Location, location.
Exactly. Well, it's just where we're gonna put them. So,
And that club is kind of big. It has
Yeah.
a multi-room.
yeah, we
so
have multiple. So we have a little bit of everywhere. So you'll have we'll have the stage where everything will go down. So,
Great. So, and when is that happening? Is that-
October 15th, Saturday, October 15th.
Okay, so we need to get that going. If you're interested in participating, please contact at ampevents.com.
LA.com.
Also, you have an Instagram, DJ
Right.
Spot One.
DJ_spot1.
Thank you. And then
At the IG.
IG, and then I'll have it posted on YouTube as well as my Instagram. I'll make sure we add all those details for everybody.
Yes.
So wonderful. So tell me, let's talk a little bit about you. I like hearing your history because I remember one time you and I were talking, and you have a length 22 years in the
Right,
DJ industry. I mean,
Yeah.
you literally went from going to like record, DJing with the records. So you still have all of those, and then you
Yes,
went from the
yes.
CDs into
Yes,
thank you,
yes.
CDs into all of that. So
Yes.
I mean,
So
Wow.
it's 22. I started with we were saying a little while ago, pretty much from where there's tapes to CDs and then to MP3s and then to laptops and to now we have I think I just seen I think there's now needles. I guess you don't now there's turntable without needles now.
Oh yeah.
It's like a little bar that you can use, and it
Just goes around the disc pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I'm not
Simon
sure
says,
it's
like those little
Mhm.
colors.
it's just
crazy.
it's just right
Okay.
there, and you don't need needles anymore. So now I forgot who made it, and I'm like, wow, that's so now it all the generation from like, from the caveman to humans to this. So I've seen it all. So it all just
It's a family
22
tradition,
years,
though,
yeah.
right?
So I'm still going, from one. It all started with just playing one Friday night. First one Saturday night at high school, then do my quinceañera, and then from quinceañera do these, I did
Big old
big
festival.
events,
Oh.
you name it already. I played for any sports, like Catholic church girls. I've done
Ooh, and now you have a tour bus too, right?
party bus.
Party
Now
bus.
I own my own party bus. That's another thing I'm trying to push, that the new generation needs to start owning things and starting to just go to college, do your thing, and continue working for someone else.
Uh-huh.
But own stuff now.
Wait a second. You're talking like a wise old man, but you look like you're 25.
He
Okay.
he
Thank you.
is like 25.
36.
But
Oh, wow,
still,
okay.
that's still
No,
young.
okay.
So, yeah, so that's something that you should start owning stuff, right? I'm sure you own stuff.
She,
Your
what
own- your own
doesn't she own?
things. Yeah.
Most of Canada. And she's brilliant too. I love you, Samantha. I'm so blessed that I got to meet her, and she's here. Special guest.
Can't wait to hear about her too.
So, with that, you were telling me that if I may, your father is the DJ.
Yeah, he started like DJing too, but he was one of those DJs where he'll just let the song play and just let the sound effects
Let
kick
the
in.
music play.
And I'm like, man, that doesn't.
No, it's
that's still
chicka, chicka,
DJ, but there's no balance to it or nothing like that. So I'm like, okay. So then I started like now at this point, I'm teaching him how to DJ, how to blend, how to use your drops and how to do air drops and what's this, what's that. So now for the first time in a while, we're actually gonna DJ a duo. Like we have a wedding coming up on Saturday, so we're finally
Oh, I love
bringing
that.
him out of retirement. So
Well, the reason why I bring that up is because you had mentioned when he had a dilemma where he needed someone to step in,
yeah.
and he never really took you serious about
Exactly,
it,
yeah.
and it had
Exactly.
bonded you guys.
Right. So yeah, it was one of those, and it's just now that if I have events now, I get to hire him.
Oh, I like
So
that.
and I need you to be there, and then I still make a cut out of him now. So,
Keep him
now,
busy.
if you need a party and send your dad, So now it's starting. I'm just not gonna send any DJ out there now. I could send my dad, especially to do other weddings, family weddings. 'Cause I can't be at every party now, so I'll send my dad out there now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I started as a roadie for him, so
Mhm.
that's what like okay. So then eventually started from there to. Every time I'll blow up a speaker, now Ned, buy me a new one. How can I buy him a new speaker? Well, working the DJ stuff. So then I started getting money and buying into equipment, and then
Being an entrepreneur.
now I'm here. So.
There you go. So, is this your first podcast you've ever been on, or radio
I
show?
want to say I'm on a small little tour right now. That I think this is my third. It's gonna be on my fourth little podcast. It's a podcast, right?
Yeah, it's on Dash
Okay.
Radio.
Okay, cool.
We're
Thank you for
pre-recorded.
having me. And
Of
so this will be
course,
my
my
fourth
pleasure.
podcast. Yeah, you can say.
Nice,
Thank you for having me.
nice.
You're doing a really good job.
Thank
Right?
you. I'm a little nervous.
Your name is
You couldn't even tell. Because before we came on the air, we were all in the other room. You were talking with MY.
Right.
And I was really impressed because you were asking a lot of good questions. Like,
Oh,
hey, that's an interview question I always ask. So one of the questions you had asked him, if I may ask you, how did the pandemic affect you and your music, or
That's good. I saw that because of us being locked up. I saw a lot of also up and coming artists get into their. So then that's another way of saying, okay, I could not just DJ because the DJ I got tired of. Shout out to Bad Bunny, but I'm getting tired of it because now I started DJing. I started DJing on Tuesday. Now I'm DJing on Thursday, then Friday, Saturday,
different
Sunday,
theme nights.
and every day I'm hearing, can you play him? Can you play? So then now with all these up and coming artists, I like these up and coming artists. You see them by pushing their artists. You get to see them how they grow every day. You put them on stage.
Right?
You see how they develop. You see that they change their tone. You see how they just by not picking up their mic right, just getting closer. Maybe they came in from here to see, getting the promo tools, getting a better flyer, getting a better, just taking a photo shoot just out of their day just so they could make a flyer that looks good.
Mhm.
You know, that all that scene, up and coming artist scene, that you fall in love with that artist, you fall in love with them. And
Right?
that's why I fell in love with the pandemic. I think by us having us to get locked up, you get to your roots of why you're an up and coming artist.
And finding new creative ways.
So I
to-
took that and like
Mhm.
I want to put them on stage now.
Right? And that's kind of how we met. 'Cause
Yeah.
well, yeah, exactly. Because that's when we were doing the show and
Right,
whatnot. And then I had a bunch of artists that we were like
exactly.
kind of doing our own little mini tour at different clubs and,
Right, exactly.
and locations. And they're like, hey, someone's throwing a festival. Yeah, let's go. And then they're like, hey, you, what? Are you kind of the girls? I'm like,
Right.
yes. So
Yeah,
that-
it's all consistency. You stay behind your craft. You know, like I said, with the pandemic, with a DJ, when you the whole our venues were being closed. I'm sure you remember, right?
uh-huh.
That all the venues were being closed, all the bars being closed. So what God gave me, right? Party bus. Take the party bus. You know,
As long as
Take
everybody's
it
wearing
and-
masks.
And then one of my buddies, if I didn't have the party bus, hey, I have a yacht. Take party bus people, take them to the yacht party, and you know, there's
We'll
some
have
money
to
there.
we'll have to hook up on that one because that sounds like a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
you also mentioned that you do tours to Vegas.
Yes.
And then
yes, yes.
and what was very clever is you work out a thing where you end up working a
Yes,
club. So you take them to the
exactly.
club that you're going to be DJing.
Right,
So
right,
you're making money. You're always
Yes.
making that money,
right.
and then you bring everybody who's on the party bus
Yes.
to that club.
I need more information.
Okay.
So wait, so if there's a group of people in LA.
Yeah.
They get on the party bus.
Right.
And then the party starts on
Mhm.
the bus.
Yes.
It's a 4-hour drive to Vegas.
Right. At 7 in the morning,
Oh my
by the way.
God.
So
At
it's
7 a.m.
so we have a 24-hour tour of drinking. Just from 7 a.m. we're having a shot of tequila on coconut, or either coconut or a cucumber, but already 7 a.m. breakfast shot.
Okay.
All
okay.
the way till when we come back the next day. We stop 4 hours. So we take each person in the morning, then we'll do 2 pickups, one in the valley and one in downtown LA, or sometimes in Downey, or sometimes in Commerce, and we'll do 2 pickups, and then we'll take them to a pool party, day party, and we'll try to be there around 1 o'clock. Then from there, well, after you're partying and finish around 4 o'clock, we'll leave you guys to gamble a little bit, come back like around 8 o'clock, all day partying.
And then at 8 o'clock after the pool party shut down.
Yeah.
That's when you DJ at night somewhere.
No, I'm DJing at the pool party.
Oh, you DJ at the
I'm-
pool party.
Yeah, and I'm DJing on the way over there too.
And so then
on the way over
when
there.
that party is done, is that when you
Never
come
end.
back to LA?
Yeah, well, yeah, we come back to LA, but 99% of chance there's always a strip club around, and we just go to a strip club.
Oh, so
Stay
yeah, you know,
somewhere.
sometimes strip clubs
We'll
get in the
stay
way.
there.
I understand.
We take and sometimes some people don't come back. That's the beautiful part. We'll go together, and some people don't even come back to say, "Hey, we forgot somebody." Oh well.
Bus leaves when the bus leaves. Yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta be on it or you get left behind.
And then sometimes we're like, "How did you get on the bus? How did
You
it's
pick
always
up
some
people.
story, yeah, or they came. It's always fun. There's always
So if I was to
Wild.
leave at 7 a.m. on the party bus, go to Vegas, and the whole day to pool party, I would assume that I would come back around what time?
around 1 o'clock. We usually make it in the morning.
You usually make it. See what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So is it true that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? What happens on the party bus stays on the party bus?
well, sometimes they have to get home, right?
Right.
The ones that you picked up. You're like, how do you?
It's just, man, some people just gotta go to believe it. I've already had so many questions, but sometimes I still continue partying. So it's just.
Well, it sounds like it
stays
stays in
Yeah.
Vegas. We're not really getting.
Well, we'll bring it to Vegas. It just, well, you gotta come. On the next one, we'll throw in some couple of comp tickets for you if you want to join us.
Listen to what he just said. I got that on record.
Yeah.
Comp tickets for me on the party bus. We're going to Vegas.
There you go. I love it.
Yeah, we're having our last one. It's usually like right at the end of October. So, we're trying to do something new to where we used to do the all in the morning kind of day club. So I saw that maybe we're calling it a night swim. So we're doing it instead of like at 7 in the morning. Now we'll leave at 7 at night to come back all the way to like.
Ooh, I like that. That's like go to an event and then you go to the afters.
Yeah.
That's
So we
what I
did
do.
that one time, so it worked out. Shout out to Justin, These Nuts. He goes, These Nuts Entertainment. He goes, and
Please,
that's my
nuts,
partner. Yeah,
entertainment.
there you
That
go.
Will
sounds
not forget that.
familiar. That sounds familiar.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So yeah, a little bit of a little bit of everything. So if you guys want to go ahead and reach out, you don't want to go on the party bus, you want us to get you on Dragonia, you guys want us to go ahead and even put you guys on our next stage, on our next up of events, go ahead and hit me up. My Instagram, like I said, is DJ_spot1.
Mhm.
And again, thank you for having me.
Of course, my pleasure.
That was fun.
So, where do you see the Dragonian Festival going? Like,
Hmm.
what is the ultimate outcome? I mean, are you going to be doing like a Lost Lands that just happened this
Yeah,
week?
bigger. I want
Bigger.
to go bigger, but still like not take it like towards Coachella. So
Mhm.
it's just, I want a festival that stays in LA. I don't want
Yeah.
anywhere, but it's just bigger. I want it bigger. More artists are coming up. I see the future where there's a lot more up and coming artists, up and coming
Yeah.
DJs from, like our friend here,
MWhy.
already having 6 years, so maybe I could see him at Dragonia and
Covering the dubstep.
right then
Section.
fashion.
And then that's kind of mandatory. I mean, like, there's a lot of clubs now, they cater to so many different genres. I mean, just alone with the EDM, like Catch One here, I'm always doing a little shout out to them. They have like so many rooms. I get lost, literally. I do. Like, they're like, how did you get those headsets for the silent raves? Okay, I don't know. You
Wow.
gotta kind of follow over there. But they'll have the DJs outside, they'll have the DJs inside, and you just change the color.
Yeah, sometimes promoters will just book out the entire venue, just kind of put different genres in different rooms, you know. So
And that's nice because sometimes it's, like the EDM or house is going good, but it sounds like a regular club, same old songs. I like kind of getting a little taste of flavor, like of their own invention, like not really knowing. Like when I catched you, MY at the Catch One with This Is Balance.
yeah,
What a phenomenon.
wow.
I loved it. I remember I was with a friend. I'm like, I think they're gonna play. She's like, oh, I'm talking. She was outside smoking. I'm like, girl, I gotta go. We had the little girl code. Don't leave me. And here she's up talking, telling the story 10 times to some new guy. And I'm like, I gotta go. I'm not here for that. I'm here to see, who I came to see. And when I went in there, you guys were just jamming,
Yeah.
banging, I should say. And wow, I love it. I get the best workout, and you get to be a robot. I'm not a robot.
It's perfect workout music.
Right?
Yeah.
And you can dance any way. I mean, you get those ones that they know the steps. I don't even know what that's called.
Yeah, headbang. I don't know.
But the ones that do like the shuffle.
Oh yeah.
Do all that.
That's all for
whatever.
house music usually.
Right? But you can still kind of do it. I
you do
get
it.
all ballet. I start doing like all the old jazz, Jane Fonda type stuff, and they're like, what the heck is she doing? But I don't care. I get worked out. Anyways. So, which brings me, one of the exciting things about, thank you so much, DJ Spot. I didn't mean to cut you off or anything, but it's so resonating. One of the things I love about MWhy is I met you through This Is Balance. You guys were doing a pop-up in Long Beach.
Yeah.
And so, one of the things about that is like, I was just walking and I happened to see, because, with DJ Spot mentioning all these new up and coming, and a lot of the music that they are performing is just so fabulous. And I mean, I'm into the mainstream, but ever since, with internet and, iHeart and Dash Radio, like you get so many different kinds of music that are just fresh. They're not the typical. Like, I love Britney Spears, and, kudos to her that she's free now. But, like, when I came and I was walking, and then I go, okay, I got to get this way and back before the sun goes down. So I was determined. I didn't stop. But when I came back, I was like getting kind of shy. And all of a sudden, I hear Britney Spears Toxic. And I was like, what? Okay, well, no, I'm not
She
cool.
told me about this.
Yes. And then all of a sudden, it went into boom, dubstep. And I was like, what? And forget the shy. I went running and dancing. It's crazy. And you guys were having so much fun. The energy.
Yeah.
Or
I think about
synergy.
dubstep, but I feel like it's kind of like the new kind of metal, It
Right?
just has that heavy energy, and it's just like forces you to just headbang.
Yes.
I feel like it's still just gonna take some time, because like for me, it took actually being in a concert, an event,
Uh-huh.
being around the community, around the energy, to actually feel it completely, and that's what it's all about. I feel like it's being in the moment there, and that's like
Right.
EDM in general is all about like the community. And yeah, like I didn't really like dubstep until I literally had gone to Electric Forest and Insomniac
Oh,
event.
you went to Electric
That was
Forest?
that changed my life.
Wow.
Like I had no idea, I was going to be an engineer, and then I went to Electric Forest, and yeah, just heard so much good music, was just in the moment, and I was like, I don't know what it is, but like this is like my future, this is what I'm going to do. I didn't even know I was going to make music, or DJ, but I just
Yeah.
kind of felt something there. Like this was it, like this
It
is kind of what
is,
I was going
right?
to do.
You were mentioning that you went to Michigan State?
Yeah, I went to Michigan State.
And
yeah.
you were going to be some like electrical.
So I was going to Michigan State for mechanical engineering.
Uh-huh.
It was my junior year when COVID happened, and so
Ooh.
everything got switched to Zoom.
Uh,
And so I was just spending so much time on my laptop, and I was okay, like I want to be producing. If I'm just sitting on my laptop at home, I may as well be like making music, doing what I really want to
Make your
do.
Twitch account.
And so that's when I really discovered like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And so I started looking at like music schools, and I came across a school called Icon Collective
Oh,
in Burbank.
nice.
And so I was okay, this is like a really small school, but like they produce a lot of really big EDM artists. Like our top ones like Nightmare, Slander.
Mm.
So they put out a lot of really big artists, and I was okay, if I can get in there, like I'm dropping out. This is like what I'm fully pursuing. I'm going to California
Bill Gates
alone,
dropping out of
whatever.
Harvard.
Yeah, so I was like, screw it. And yeah, so COVID really just made me like realize like, this is what I really want to do. Like, do it, and this is your time. Like,
Just
this is your
do
moment.
it.
Everyone else is just cheating online on Zoom right now. It's like, why don't I just sit there and like everyone was cheating. Like, that was the whole thing. So
Or
I was like,
hostile takeover, so the students were like their brother comes and kidnaps them and I've
It's
seen all
crazy.
kinds of crazy, people were getting really like like crazy. They're like doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But you went the music route, which is awesome.
So yeah, I ended up getting in, and I planned on coming out here alone at first, and I got like wind that one of my friends was moving out here too, who was like a big YouTuber for like Madden football.
Oh.
It's like his YouTube name's like MMG, but so he ended up moving out here. He was planning on moving out here, and I hit him up like, hey, I heard you're moving out here. Like, he was like, yeah, like, do you want to move in with me? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm already looking at places. He started sending me like these nice ass places because he's a big YouTuber. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I really made the right decision. That's kind of when I knew I made the right decision. That's like, I met balance through that. That's how I'm here. All this stuff kind of led me here.
Yeah.
And it led with that decision to say, hey, okay, I'm going to do music. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Making that decision to move out here, that all kind of like geared me. And, there's been so many signs along the way that are telling me like, this is the right choice. This is the right path. Like so many weird things are happening. Like, okay, like all of this has led me to this, meeting this person. Like this has been changing my life, so.
That's
It's crazy,
awesome.
yeah. It's kind of just feel like this is kind of like meant for me, It's a weird
It
feeling.
really is, because when I saw your stage performance with Balance, I was blown away. And who was the other DJ with the dark hair?
Oh, was before us or after us?
No, he was at the. Remember, were you there at the pop up at Long Beach? The next time.
Oh yeah.
You guys
I
had
think his name was
a
like Sasquatch or something. Maybe him was.
But you guys, he
Yeah.
was videotaping and stuff like that. Either way, it was just like the shots you guys took
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they were posted was just like, yeah, that's how great it was. Because when you're there and you have your earplugs,
That's the biggest
tiny
thing, too.
ears.
Yeah, wear earplugs. Like that's the biggest thing that for me
Yes.
is like. So many people don't even realize, and it took me to really like, because my school we had ear training and stuff, hearing frequencies, blah blah. It really took me to understand sound and frequency to realize how much you're really damaging your hearing, like most places you go.
Yeah.
So everywhere I go, well, even if you're just turning it down, it
Kind of
sounds.
softens it.
Yeah.
But you still can hear it because it's
Yeah,
so loud,
exactly.
especially when you're in front of the speaker. Because
Yeah.
you're trying to get close and
Mhm.
you're having a good
And that's the thing, I
time.
didn't even realize, I used to go to all these festivals and be in the front row and not even realize, you're having so much fun, you don't think about it. But, then you get home and your ears are ringing, you're like, what just happened, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But most people don't care to take that step to, like, take care of their
Or
hearing.
they don't know. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think facilities or like the clubs should offer that.
Yeah, honestly.
Because,
They do have it at damaging volumes. Like, every time you walk in there, it's like, every time I walk into a club, it's like, this is too loud. Put earplugs in. It's like, there's not even like a second thought that crosses my mind. Like, and when I don't wear my earplugs, it's like, I like
Double
sit
up?
in the back as far as
is
I
that like
possibly
double
can.
protection?
Yeah, you definitely need them. But yeah, I like these eargasm ones and They were-
Eargasm, see? That's-
eargasm, ear racers. Those are like the
Yeah,
two top
eargasms are
brands.
cool.
I'd say. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, what events or what's coming up with you?
Yeah, so I guess I'm not really like too like concerned about like DJing and stuff. Like my main thing is production. Like I really want to like, over the next 10 years, like try to win a Grammy or something. I'm trying to like get acknowledged like on the musical scale, like the musical level. DJing's like kind of just like a part of like me sharing my music. I feel like.
Didn't I hear that you have like a plethora of music that you created?
Yeah, that's the
during
thing. So
pandemic?
I just sit and produce so much music because like the biggest thing for me is like the production. Like
Mhm.
I want to do all original sets and just all my own music and.
And I love that.
Yeah.
That to me, like you go from a DJ to a producer to master producer.
That's where I feel like you make the gap from like DJ to artist,
Yeah,
when you're like playing all your own stuff, like you're being an artist up there.
yeah.
And yeah, I feel like that's just like where like a lot of stuff in like, rave culture is kind of missing. I feel like a lot of people just play everyone's songs, which isn't wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
There's
But like for me
nothing
as an
wrong.
artist, like I'm not like satisfied unless I'm playing my own songs, and like you don't learn that way. Like I've learned so much from like playing my songs that sucked on like a big system and hearing all the things that went wrong.
Mhm.
You're not gonna, if you're too scared to play your own songs, like you're not gonna gain that live experience. You're not gonna see if people are moving. Okay, why did people move to this song? I thought this song sucked. They're
Yeah.
moving to this and it's yours, and you know why, what you created it, and like kind of the mood behind it. There's so much that goes into it, but like I really think that like playing your own music. The artists I look up to, like I said, the top ones, like Subtronic, Sudden Death, Murata, like they play so Sultan, he's fire. Oh my god, yeah. That song went crazy.
Laser beam.
It's like every big artist like incorporated that.
Every artist, we go to the Circle in Huntington Beach. They always say don't let the don't play the songs that the main DJ was gonna play. And then there's Little Texas. He's a dubstep.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get him on the show because I was like kidding up on him, but he was saying, "No, be that guy. If you're the first one, you go out there and put your cards on the table. You lay it all out." And I was thinking, what is he talking about? And then I did a little more research, and then it was funny because I was talking to someone. I go, "I hope they did laser beam." They're like, "What? No, you can't take because other guys." And then everybody played their version, and now it becomes a remix.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like even more heightened to another level that they'll have multiple remixes on the same song.
Oh yeah, they'll even do like remix EPs.
But that's awesome because it's like a collaboration. You get recognition. Like now you can go on YouTube and see, oh look, I did my own remix. And even the Lost Lands, like how many DJs, like I started noticing a trend prior, like they're like, okay, here's my remix for the Lost Lands of all the people who are performing. And I just thought, if you go on YouTube and Google not Google, but YouTube the Lost Lands, and they show every year like who performed and puts their music on there, it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you see the growth, like let alone Ray will be like you see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, and he's so cute. Like you think he's like a little kid like playing video games. This guy's a master.
Yeah,
You know what
it is
I mean?
crazy just seeing, because I've been like just start from listening. Yeah, I remember like seeing Rave open in Orlando, and he was like opening a random like club
Right?
for EDC Orlando, like it wasn't even like the official event, but just crazy seeing him now, playing at Lost Lands and just like having that song that was such a hit,
Mhm.
really went viral all over social media. I mean, you couldn't miss it.
Exactly.
Like, that's like the goal, and it's just crazy. It's like,
but
you never know what makes that song. Why did that song blow up? There's so many good ones.
Well,
It's
because
like,
I'm a R2D2 girl, Like,
Yeah.
woo, woo,
Okay, I see,
woo,
yeah.
woo. Like that's just my, like the whole thing. So when I heard that, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But see, he kind of built it up. Like the other album prior, like the with the I forgot the Revolution or whatever.
Voltage Round or something like
Yeah,
that.
right. That was like because his earlier stuff. You could see how gradually, and then that's when he captured it, and then bam, like, I was blown away. And then he collabed with Sultan, and it just many different artists like DJ Diesel. Who would have known?
No, that literally blew my mind. Like, so pretty much for those of you that don't know, literally. Shaq is a dubstep DJ.
Right.
Producer. He produces with your friend Silver. So yeah, it's crazy because I remember like Lost Lands first year, I think it was like 2018. There literally was like a guest DJ and I was like, oh my god, some like Skrillex or something.
I know.
And then all of a sudden I see Shaq up there and I'm like, wait.
And he's like this tall and all the people are like this.
I was just like, what is going on right now? And I was like, I don't know, at first I was like, this is kind of random, but like the dude really loves dubstep and like cares about it, sharing so many artists, bringing artists to life.
Bringing in professionalism and the respect, like, hey, acknowledge the people who music that you performed. Hey, if you have a remix, send it my way. Here's my email.
Like,
I'll
just so
play
for the
it.
community, like it's crazy.
I love it.
Yeah.
He really brings that bond together.
Yeah,
and
you never know,
You never know.
So it's just great. It's just nice to have someone on the mainstream on that massive scale, kind of like show people, hey, dubstep's not the scary like genre that people think. Because if you tell someone dubstep, they're not going to know what it is, or they're going to think you're Skrillex, or you're making some sort of Skrillex music, and it just evolved so much since then.
It has.
I heard Skrillex, and back in the day, and I was like, oh, this is just like some random EDM, whatever. And then all of a sudden I heard the new age dubstep, and I was like, wow, something's here. And it's just weird that I didn't catch it back then, but it took for me now to hear it, and I'm like, whoa, like this all came from that moment, that Skrillex captured.
Yes.
And now it's gone so far, but people think it's gone away because it hasn't won a Grammy in a while, but it's been thriving in the underground.
It is live and thriving, and there's so many different categories of dubstep.
Yeah, I mean it's insane.
There's always first it was like 8, 10, 16, 20. You're like, what, rhythm? And then
rhythm's like my favorite, I guess technically. There's tear out dubstep, all the gunshot sounds. You have experimental bass. There's like so many different genres, and it's like crazy how it all stems from like the same idea, you know, and it just blew up into this huge. That's why I love dubstep so much, because I feel like it has so much potential for us. We're just getting started here, you know, and I really do see it being like one of the biggest genres, you know, in the future.
I have a really interesting comment from the internet here. It says, fun fact, Skrillex is actually in a heavy metal band.
Oh, that's how oh my God, this is actually some crazy stuff. So yeah, he used to be in like a band or whatever, and then eventually, and then I guess he supposedly the story says that he like got in this band or got in the studio with Noisia, a really big drum and bass artist, and like they kind of showed him what's up, and he kind of went from there. But yeah, like so he actually took his biggest song, I think it was Equinox, like first of the year, like like that song. He literally he sampled like his vocal from one of his from one of his band records and put it in like something they call a granulator, which manipulates audio. And literally like that is like the lead sound for his dubstep track, you know, which you don't even think it would have like a vocal in it really. But yeah, that main sound, and that's literally him resampling audio from one of his old metal bands or whatever. So that's a really interesting that you said that, because yeah, I definitely had seen that connection before. But
there's something I want to comment on just really quickly that you both kind of spoke about one DJ not playing that song that the headliners play.
Yeah.
And that made me think of like all of the up and coming artists out there who maybe shrink themselves or keep themselves small because they don't want to offend people who've gone before.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I think that you guys made a really good point that if you see something that you can do and do well, then do it and go as hard as you can and be as amazing as you can. Because like what you're speaking about right now is like this astronomical growth that happens so quickly because you're not afraid. I mean, that person's headlining because they're doing what you want to do. Well, don't just want to do it, do it.
Exactly. And that's the thing too, like I played this festival in Michigan called Prime. And yeah, literally like they told me like, because they knew I'd like heavy dubstep. And it was kind of like a mainstream festival, like a lot of hip hop and stuff. And they're like, don't play hard, don't go heavy dubstep, blah, blah, like do
That's
not.
when you know you do it.
And I had already made my set. Like it was when I was pulling up to the venue, he was like, don't go too hard, remember what I said? And I was like, okay, but I still had like a really heavy set plan. Killed the set, and afterwards they're like, oh, we want you back next year, blah, blah.
Right.
So it's like, you know, if you, like exactly what you're saying, like if you don't, if you don't do what you want, you know, you do what they tell you, like, on how you're going to differentiate yourself from anyone else.
Really?
So I just kind of do what I believe in, and like dubstep. That's why like I used to DJ at a ton of bars and stuff around campus at Michigan State, and I couldn't come to an agreement with the owners because like they kept saying, hey, here's this playlist, play the throwback stuff, and I was trying to play this new dubstep, trap, like house, whatever, like this new stuff in there. Like we couldn't come to an agreement. Like if you can't play this stuff, then you're not like, we don't know how to work here. And
You're like, I'm out of here. I'm going to Cali. I'm going to Cali.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that like what they want is wrong. It just means it's the wrong decision for you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I think so many DJs will adapt to that and like corner themselves in a position that maybe they're not like happy with, but they're just doing it because like, oh, they got told to do that. And it's like, no, I'm going to do what I want.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And it is, you know, you get paid well to DJ, obviously, but like, true. That's why like a lot of DJs get paid well, is because like a lot of times they're DJing like what they're getting catered to, you know? So yeah, exactly. You're sick and tired of playing the same songs all the time.
I mean, isn't that like a meme? Like you don't go to the DJ and say, play Bad Bunny, and you're all book. There's like so many jokes about that.
That's why it's funny when you like bring someone like outside of rave culture into a rave scene and they like try to request the DJ. Like even if a big DJ sometimes
and they're very inebriated.
Like when you play this, it's like you know you're talking like Excision right now. Tell them to play a house track. You know,
like, sorry, it's not on my USB. Sorry, I pre-recorded. Sorry, kick rocks. Go to the next tent.
No, literally, you're in the wrong place. Sorry, but yeah. So it's just funny how like some people just don't know, you know, and just walk up to like a really big DJ. They learn fast.
They get the look.
Yeah.
I even saw one on Instagram where the guy was like totally playing his music, and then this girl goes up like to look on the side, and he just like pushed. Like, he didn't even touch her. He just like energy wise, and she went whoa. It was the best, and he just like nothing. Like I just thought it was the best. I'm like, yeah, keep rocks, girl.
I've got DJs on the live right now just being like, yeah, that's the worst.
It is. The only thing I recommended, like on one of with Novocaine Electric Jungle, because you know they were talking about that, and I was like, you know what, that it just brought to me like, why don't you have some kind of format of like where you can like online, like when you're, you know, I always say go live because not everybody can make it. And I want to see your set, and you know, like have people like. Why don't they just like put a little request of this kind of song or, you know, because like people will like play the like laser beam and then you don't really know they're playing it because they just add that and it's like that was their way of remixing it and saying, hey, we're playing the top 40.
Right.
I mean, there's no top 40 in the dubstep, but it will.
I even had an idea for like when I was doing it at the bar. I was like, it'd be so easy because so many people just come up and try to request. Like it'd be so easy if you just had an app like a
Mhm.
QR code at bars and stuff that like, you know, someone scans it and they're like, oh, you can like fill in a request for like a song there. Maybe you have a time limit, so you can only request one song every 30 minutes. But yeah, that was an idea I had, you know, but I didn't pursue it.
And that's
but,
a perfect idea because that goes along with the Britney Spears Toxic.
yeah, because you can request that Britney
You're like,
Spears
"Oh,
song,
Britney Spears,
but you
I
switch
can
it up with
pop."
dubstep. Yeah.
And that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. I love throwing in that extra genre, like when I would like manage the artists, and I would take singers, and I'm like, there are always singers in these remixes. Why can't you? I go there and sing. Come on, let's try to collaborate.
Yeah.
You know, and you can have reggaeton, dubstep. You can have country dubstep. Like
Everything, literally. Yeah.
Why not? And if you're good and you're a master and you know what you're doing, why can't you?
Yeah, exactly. So you have like a country party.
And oh my God,
Why
next
not
thing you
just-
know, you have the top hit of the world. And
Exactly.
then you're on the Grammys.
Exactly. That's the idea. You saw the future right there.
Right?
All
As I
the
always
reference.
do. So we're going to bring this to a close because I'm getting the looks.
Thank you for having
The
me.
looks that kill. But anyways, it was my pleasure, Samantha. She is going to be always, I hope you're always open door to my
Thank you,
shows.
love. Thank you.
And get you more and get to know more about her. But you're going to hear a lot more about her soon. And is there anything you'd like to say?
I'd say the live right now is really wanting to know everyone's Instagrams as clearly as possible
Okay.
because they're listening from all the way
Okay.
over here.
I'm Call Kitty. Who are you gonna call? Call Kitty. CALL Kitty. KITTY. And you check me out because I always have the promotions of the local band or whatever playing. Go
And I
ahead.
am at DJ_spot1. Again, DJ_spot1.
SPOT.
Yeah.
Got it.
And my name is MY, and my Instagram is MY official. And you can just follow me on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you want to tune into.
And that's MYHY.
Yeah, so
right?
it's MWHY.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
MWHY.
Official. Yep, that's my Instagram. Yeah, and then Spotify is just MY, MWHY.
There you go.
Thanks for having me again, by the way.
Oh,
What's the
course.
name of the show?
Huh?
What's the name of the show? The Instagram?
The Instagram?
On my Instagram, it's
No.
MY official.
Caliente Girls.
Oh yeah. And here we are back on planet Earth
Yeah.
at the Caliente Girls at Dash Radio in Hollywood. Thank you everybody for joining us.
Thanks for
And
listening.
always my pleasure. And I get so excited when we talk about music. But here we go. And thanks. Come again.
Cool.
I'm so excited. I want to go dancing now.
It was really good. I really love everything that you have going on. Like, I didn't expect half the things to go to your mouth to go to your mouth. You're such an entrepreneur
Right?
and a visionary.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's why I love it.
And my fans were blowing up for you. Like, they're
Oh.
hyped to hear about you. Like, you speak about like just following your passion so much. Like, that's
Oh.
really powerful.
Yeah, thank you so
So-
much.
Both of you guys
Appreciate
are
you guys
really
for listening.
amazing.
Thank you for having us.
Oh my God, Samantha. Thank you so much for coming.
These other countries love you.
Aw.
So what's
See,
the
that's
first
what we
guest?
should do.
DJ
Yeah, thanks for,
Spot.
for shouting us out and stuff. I appreciate it.
SPOT.
You come from Canada?
I mean, 2 years ago.
M, the letter M,
Yeah,
and then the
from
word
Canada.
Y.
wow.
Michigan's pretty close to Canada.
M-Y.
West Coast.
Michigan's pretty close.
Yeah, I love. Yeah.
Right across, literally. I get to Canada in like 2 hours probably.
Let me take you guys in there.
Are you get tired of
Good
hearing?
one.
Oh, do you know Drake? You know what Drake writes?
My favorite is like when I can like watch this, and I'm like, he's Canadian. They're like, who? Why? How? I love that. I'm like, oh,
I put M-Y because. Why?
It's actually it came from my initials. Like my name is Michael Yusuf. So I turned my initials are M and Y. So I turned the Y into WHY.
So sorry, yours was DJ Spot.
DJ_spot1.
DJ
One.
underscore SPOT.
One. The number one.
Got it tagged.
Did you lose the other one? Whenever someone has a one or something.
What was yours? MW?
MWHY.
HY.
And then official for the Instagram.
I'm such a moron. I didn't get it. I was like MWHY. No, MWHY.
I know, that's why I like.
I get it.
Oh, you thought it was like a whole, okay, I got you. So just
MY?
MWHY, yeah, it's 4 letters, and then official after that, for the Instagram. But yeah, my artist name is just MY.
And don't forget to follow the
Yeah, what-
Samantha Mack underscore.
Because the Smith.
When I put Samantha Mack, there was like a bunch of like
There's a
unofficial.
lot.
I know.
None of them are me.
Hers has like 200 and something thousand, so.
Jeez. How
you'll
long have you
know
been doing
that's
this
hers.
for?
I'm old, man. I'm real old. I
She's
worked,
experienced.
yeah, I worked at CITR Radio in Canada for a while. I DJ'd a bunch of strip clubs for a long time.
Nice. You do?
I no,
Yeah.
like request stripper DJ.
Oh.
That's so
One
good.
hand.
Oh.
But I keep strip clubs happy. Hey, if you want a strip club to calm down in Canada, you play Chumbawamba real fast. And they close the night with Journey, of course. So not the same kind of DJ at all.
Yeah.
I was literally
But it's still the label DJ.
still the same label. And then there's a metal band that you're probably both way too young to know. It's called Guar, and I hosted.
Of course.
I hosted their
They
summer
wear the
tour
costume one.
every summer for
Wow.
7 years. I think I do everything
That's
for 7 years.
crazy.
That's
Yeah, so-
awesome.
You've really done a lot.
So yeah, we've run they would run 3 stages with like 45 bands in one day, and I was the MC on every stage.
Well, you're
And just running back and forth
Oh
from
my
stage to
God.
stage, introducing every band, throwing out the t-shirts,
Just
keeping everyone
running.
hyped. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I
That'd be fun
had to
though.
work
That
hard.
sounds really fun.
It was really fun. It was
Yeah.
big. Like I think our biggest audience was almost 10,000 people, and that was like the biggest one I've done. It was incredible. It was such a wild experience.
That'd be
I still love
crazy.
those guys so much.
And those are festivals. Those are like outdoor.
Like metal
festivals?
festivals, yeah.
Yeah, they're the guys that wear the big old costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been around for 36 years now. Like
They've been around.
the different players have changed faces and names because of the costumes, thank goodness. But they now have a guar bar. They have their own cigar line.
So they're gonna be like
Yeah.
the
they're
Grateful
legendary. They're never gonna
Dead.
die.
When it goes, yeah, they'll never die. They'll always
Yeah,
keep going. They'll be
honestly.
playing at the Rose
Yeah.
Bowl.
No, they're very incredible. But they're the first band that swooped me in and had me hosting and emceeing.
Yeah,
And
it's crazy. It really just takes that one kind of either group or person just believe in you, and like your whole life can change from there.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. It started because there was like a missing child announcement had been made, and I was like, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I got on the mic, they were like, "Oh, they listened to you." I'm like, "Well, they're at least looking in the right direction."
Yeah.
So I continued to do the announcements, and then I became the MC and the host, and it just kind
Now
of
you're here. Now you're here.
went from there. Yeah, and then I've hosted like tons of different types of events. You name it,
That's awesome.
I just did a motorcycle stunt show at the Urbandale Raceway.
So literally like any kind of event. Like,
Any kind of event, lots of wrestling events. Yeah, it's been a wild journey.
That's crazy.
One thing I can do is talk to the microphone.
I can't.
But no, you did an excellent
Yeah.
job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't usually, even on like I don't sing on my tracks or anything. Like I got told in my music school that I was really good at songwriting and stuff.